Today we are looking at a 400-pound Buddy tumble mixer. This unit uses a tumbling action to mix free-flowing product. This unit has a series of scoops and baffles inside of the mixing chamber, thus causing the product to be mixed. This unit is powered by a single phase, 220 volt, 1.5 horsepower electric motor. This unit is brand new. It has been used on one batch of product for demonstration purposes. Before we fire it up, we are going to just do a walk around of the unit. We've had some winter weather, so you'll have to excuse the ice on the concrete. Trying to step over it and not slip. We are doing some work around here today, so hopefully the noise of power tools won't bother you. Again, this unit is brand new. It is full of product right now. In a minute we will open it up to show you what we did with it. It's some good high quality main bearings. Again, this unit is a single phase 220 volt system. Coming around to the drive side of the mixer, we can open up the hand crank compartment. There is a hand crank attached to the back of the motor. This allows you to tailor the position of the mixing chamber. Makes filling the unit or dumping the unit easy. I'm just turning it by hand. You can see the top of the mixer there. In a minute we will go over that. And then turning it the other way turns the mixing chamber to the dump position. You can see the top of the mixing chamber there. Just backing up here so you can get a full view of this mixer. At the end of this video we will cover the maintenance and the proper use of this mixer. This is an all-around nice unit. It is all steel. This unit is brand new. The sun is shining at the perfect angle. Hopefully you can still see what I'm looking at though. This is the opening on the discharge end and the fill end of the mixing chamber. The rotating lid here that rotates up and out of the way is held by these cam clamps here. Just pull up on the red paddle there and that will dislodge them. Then with the cam clamps out of the way, we'll loosen this wing nut here. And then this slides up and out of the way. It's kind of hard to do one-handed, but then you can tighten the wing nut to hold that up. Then you have access to the mixing chamber. Now we took 50 pounds of soybean culls and we mixed them in with 350 pounds of buckwheat. You can see we have good dispersion of the soybean culls. You can see them right there at the end of my finger. They're those little white shells. We've ran this unit for 10 minutes and this is the effect it produced. We have good dispersion throughout the batch of buckwheat. Again, right there at the end of my finger are the soybean culls. This unit did a good job mixing those in to the buckwheat. We tighten that wing nut down and then give that a nice light slap. And that cams down into position. This is sealed up again and won't leak. Again, this unit has a 400-pound capacity. Now I'm going to crank the unit back over center. It's real easy to do. And we're going to show you how far you can fill this unit up to. Now when it comes to filling the unit, you have to fill it right up here to this ring. There has to be a void inside of this unit for it to work properly. You cannot fill it round full. Filling it up past this point, the mixer will not work anymore because there won't be any space for the product to move around. So again, you can only fill this unit up to this ring. That is the second ring down from the top. This is your first and second. That right there will hold approximately 400 pounds. Now you can remove the top or lid of this unit with these tools here. Comes included with this socket wrench and 15/16 socket. That socket wrench is used to loosen this bolt here. That widens the clamp here and allows you to take it up and off. And then this rubber mallet is for giving it a few taps to loosen it up off of the top. It has a good rubber seal in there, so it can need a couple of bumps with the rubber mallet to get it to come loose. The rubber mallet is also used to seat the clamp around the lid when you are reinstalling it. Okay, now we are going to fire the unit up for you so you can see it run. Before we do that, we are going to go over the startup procedure. Before this unit is operated, it is important to make sure there is nothing hanging on the crank, as that is attached to the back of the motor and moves when it is powered on. We make sure nothing is inside there and the rotation of the back of the motor is not impeded in any way. And then for safety, we pin the door closed so that it cannot come open. Then, before we fire the unit up, we inspect the unit, make sure there is nothing inside of the mixing area. We make sure that the safety plugs are together. Then we fire it up. Clear. Unit fires right up. Again, this unit is brand new. We have ran this unit for about 20 hours. All of the systems performed well. We wanted to thoroughly test the unit. Spins around at a nice speed. Hums right along. There are no irregular noises, no vibrations, no rubbing. This unit just hums right along. Again, this safety shield is held in place by the pin. This unit should not be operated without this pin in place and this door held closed. This unit did a great job dispersing the soybean culls into the 350 pounds of buckwheat. Again, we mixed 50 pounds of soybean culls with 350 pounds of buckwheat. Together that adds up to 400 pounds. It achieved that in 10 minutes. So this unit would take approximately 10 minutes per batch. This unit hums right along. Again, while this unit is operating, it's important to think safety. Keep a good distance. It is recommended that you install a safety fence around this unit made up of metal or plywood panels to keep people away from this unit while it is running. This is an all-around nice unit, ready to go to work and run for a long time. Again, it comes with this brand new socket wrench, brand new mallet. All of the components on this unit are brand new. This unit is equipped with a trip safety feature. So if I was to get too close to this unit in this area here, or if I was to trip and fall, I simply reach out or fall onto this cord. It disconnects and the mixer stops. It's the same for this side. This is the open side. This is typically where the unit would discharge, because you can see on the top of the mixing chamber, the lid is positioned so that it will empty and dump right here. It can be rotated 180 degrees if you want it to discharge on that side. But again, we have a safety here. If I get too close to the unit, or if I fall, I can just hit that and the mixer will shut off. Again, this unit is brand new. This unit is ready to go out and perform. It did a great job mixing the soybean culls into the buckwheat. This unit would be awesome for free-flowing products. Now, say I have mixed my product and I'm ready to dump. I'm going to shut it off right about there. And now that the power is shut off, I can remove the pin, put in the lockout clip to ensure that this doesn't get turned back on. Do not open this door or engage with this crank without having the power locked out. I can then crank the back of the motor to get this over center and dump it. Then of course, if I wanted to clean out the unit, I could remove the top and get it perfectly clean so that there is no contamination when changing products. Now I've spun the mixer around again. Say it's time to fill the unit. I can then use the crank to get it positioned. Open up the fill end of the mixer here and then charge it with my product. All right, now I've positioned the mixer into the dump position. You can see that this edge right here is where the discharge is on this unit. Coming up from the bottom of the C channel up to this edge right here at the end of my finger is 24 inches. That is 24 inches from the bottom of the C channel up to the discharge spout. That is without measuring the 6x6 blocks. All right, I've got a U-line tub here. It's a little dirty because we use these units around our shop for trash. We are going to be emptying the contents of the mixing chamber. Again, this is buckwheat and soybean culls. Just demonstrating how easy it is to empty this unit. I've undone one of the cam clamps. I've undone the other one. Loosen up the wing nut. And now I just pull up on it. The contents will come out. Okay, I've got my second tub here at the discharge. Just going to pull open the gate and let it empty out. Now if I want to shut off flow, I just keep it pressed up and in there and get it to latch with that finger there that holds the bottom of the gate. And now I've finished emptying the unit. I can come in with compressed air and get the unit pretty clean that way. I can also use the shop vac. And then of course, if I need to get it perfectly clean, if I can't have any contamination with changing whatever I'm mixing, I can then just remove the top here, and that will allow me to get in there and get the inside perfectly clean. You can see here in one of the tubs, this filled up 2 1/3 tubs. We can see the soybeans right there, the soybean culls right there. It had some stems and pods in it as well. We didn't have a bunch of stuff around here to mix, so we used soybean culls and buckwheat. You can see that it did a good job mixing the soybeans into the buckwheat. Again, we did 50 pounds of soybeans mixed in with 350 pounds of buckwheat. You can see that we have good dispersion in the other tub here of the soybeans into the buckwheat. And you can see them here in the third tub as well. Those soybean culls right there at the center of the screen. All right, with the top of the mixer removed, this is the back side. You can see the opening there where it discharges. We can see the inside of the mixer. As I said at the beginning of the video, this unit uses a series of baffles. You can see them at the back there. And a series of scoops that hold the product as it's going around and then disperse it into the middle of the product that you're mixing as this unit rotates. To give an example as to the traveling of the product inside of this mixing chamber, the mixing chamber is rotating around As it's rotating, the product is moving inside of here. So it goes this way. Some of it is held by these scoops. It then moves into the back set of baffles, and as it rotates, it's then transferred into the center of these baffles here. It's divided by that V-shaped piece of steel there, sent back this way, and then it is sent into this set of baffles, which then channels it into the center, and it just keeps rotating it back and forth. And then after 10 minutes, you have a thoroughly mixed batch of product. You can see the inside of the unit here without hitting it with compressed air or a shop vac or anything. We can see that the unit cleans out pretty well as it is without any compressed air or anything. So unless it is imperative that you have no contamination across batches, you will most likely not need to remove this top cover here in order to get this unit clean enough to mix more product in. The inside of this unit is very clean, as you can see. I have reinstalled the lid. You can see the top of the mixing chamber here. I had to loosen this tension bolt out to this point, so there's roughly 1/4 of an inch sticking out the end here. That allowed the ring to expand large enough to come up over the rim. And now that I have the lid back on top of the mixer, I used the rubber mallet to give it a few knocks and get this to come down and be right in line with the bottom edge and the top edge of the lid. It is like that all the way around. Hopefully you can see that. Looking at the other side of the mixing chamber, we can see that the ring is in line and where it's supposed to be. Now we can safely tighten this bolt down and get this to seal up. And now here is the top of the mixing chamber properly installed. We've got the tension bolt set there. You can see that we have good engagement of the lip of the mixing chamber and the lip of the lid with this tension ring here. When that bolt is tightened, it constricts the ring, thus clamping the lid or top to the mixing chamber. This is how it should look when it is properly installed. All right, now that we've discussed this unit's features, we are going to shut the unit off, and then we are going to discuss how to properly maintain this unit. When it comes to maintaining this unit on a day-to-day basis, you want to inspect the electrical cable for damage. When this electrical cable becomes dried or cracked, it needs to be replaced to keep this unit safe. These plugs are brand new and are nice and tight. Now, as they wear, they will need to be replaced with new ones so that they hold together under their own tension and come away easily if the safety is ever used. Walking around the unit, we come to the main bearings. These will need to be greased with 3 shots of grease every 500 hours. Of course, this unit must be kept dry at all times to keep it from corroding. The gearbox oil level needs to be checked twice a year. Needs to be filled up with 80-90 weight gear oil up to this line right here. Right in line with the check oil level bi-yearly tag. The roller chain, as it stretches, may need to have a half link put into it. It runs loose as it is. That is how it should be, as long as there is good engagement with the teeth on the drive sprocket. There is nothing to worry about with it being that loose. Over time, as these cam clamps wear in, these will need to be adjusted. You can run that bolt down there to make them push tighter on the rotating cap. Over time, the hinge on the spring-loaded door may become sticky. Shooting that with WD-40 every once in a while to keep it lubricated and keep the door closing on its own, as you can see there. This again needs to stay closed when the unit is running. The spring is a secondary safety. Do not operate this unit without this door being pinned in place. Now that we have gone over the maintenance and safety protocols for this unit, we are going to list the dimensions of this unit. Okay, I've got the tape measure on the far edge of the mixer. Out to the edge, this unit is 4 feet 6 inches wide, or 54 inches in total. That is the width going across the face of the mixer. The overall length of the mixer is 7 feet. So we have 7 feet running from that end of the mixer to this end. And the overall height from the bottom of the channel iron to the top of the channel iron is 7 feet 2 inches. This unit is up on 6x6 blocks. That measurement of 7 feet 2 inches is without the 6x6 blocks underneath of it. The empty weight of this mixer is approximately 1,000 pounds, and the fully loaded weight, depending on the density of the product, is 1,400 pounds. And with that, the video of the Buddy 400-pound batch mixer comes to a close. We thank you all for watching. This unit is available for purchase. This unit is ready to ship and is ready to go to work and run for a long time. Thank you for watching.